Have you ever tried to rest and felt guilty? Like the moment you stop working, your mind whispers, you should be doing something, even when you're exhausted, even when you've earned it, even when nothing is urgent. It's a strange kind of guilt. Not the guilt of doing something wrong, but the guilt of doing nothing. And it raises a deeper question. Why does rest feel like laziness, even when it's necessary? If rest makes you feel guilty, your worth has become a job. For many people, productivity became more than a habit. It became an identity. I'm the hard-working one. I'm the reliable one. I'm the one who keeps going. And at first, this identity feels empowering. It gives you structure. It gives you pride. It gives you a sense of control. But slowly, something changes. You stop working because you love what you do, and start working because stopping feels unsafe. Because if you're not productive, who are you? When your identity is productivity, rest feels like losing yourself. Rest is not just the absence of work. Rest is the absence of distraction. And for some people, that's the problem. Because when you finally stop, you can hear everything you've been avoiding. The pressure, the uncertainty, the emotions you didn't have time to feel. So the mind does something clever. It calls rest lazy. So you go back to being busy, not because you need to, but because it keeps you from feeling. Busy is often a coping strategy disguised as ambition. Modern culture rewards one thing loudly: output. It praises the grind. It celebrates people who never stop. And it quietly shames people who slow down. So even when you rest, you feel like you're falling behind. But behind who? Behind an invisible standard that was never meant to make you happy, only to make you keep producing. A culture that shames rest creates exhausted people who can't feel alive. Here's the philosophy. Your value is not your output. You were not born to be useful. You were born to be human. But many people don't live like that. They live like they must earn the right to exist, earn the right to relax, earn the right to enjoy a quiet day, earn the right to feel okay. So rest becomes a reward. And if you haven't done enough, you don't feel allowed to rest, even when your body is begging for it, even when your mind is burning out, even when your health is warning you. Because the mind says, just a little more, then you can rest. But a little more never ends. Because it isn't about the work. It's about the belief that you're only lovable when you're useful. If you have to earn rest, you'll never feel like you deserve it. Here's what's really happening. When you're productive, you feel in control. You feel like you're moving forward. You feel like you're becoming someone. But the moment you stop, life feels uncertain again. So work becomes a way to avoid uncertainty. And the mind tells you a story. If I keep going, I'll be safe. But safety is not found in constant effort. Safety is found in self-trust. The trust that even if you slow down, you won't fall apart. That the world won't end because you didn't maximize a day. That your value won't disappear because you took an afternoon off. This is why some people can't relax. They don't just rest. They judge themselves while resting. They sit on the couch and mentally punish themselves for sitting. So the body is resting, but the mind is still grinding. Work can be progress, or it can be avoidance. So what do? You redefine what rest is. Rest is not quitting. Rest is maintenance. It's sharpening the tool. It's rebuilding your nervous system. It's protecting your future energy. Because without rest, your work becomes empty. Your motivation turns into pressure. Your discipline turns into fear. and your life becomes a checklist. Rest is what keeps your ambition clean. Rest is what makes your mind creative again. Rest is what helps you feel like a person instead of a machine. Rest isn't wasted time. It's how you protect the life you're building. Maybe the guilt you feel when you rest is not a sign that you're lazy. It's a sign you've been taught to measure your worth the wrong way. So here's a better rule. Rest before you break. Not after. Don't wait for collapse to give yourself permission. Because you don't need to earn the right to breathe. You just need to remember you are valuable even when you're not producing, even when you're not improving, even when you're not proving anything to anyone. Because life is not a performance review. And you are not a machine. You are not a machine. You're allowed to pause.